Hey everyone, in this video we're going to be taking a look at the 2021 LEGO City Fire Rescue Helicopter set. It's made for kids 5 and up. In addition to the helicopter, you get 3 minifigures, a structure, some new fire pieces, and another fire motorcycle. So yes, it's yet another LEGO City helicopter, and yet another LEGO City Fire helicopter at that. But of course, we all know that these are not continually produced to be sold to folks who already have this type of thing. It's a 5+ set. It is targeting the low end of the market and a lot of kids who do not have anything like this up to this point. So they discontinue older versions. They come out with new ones just because they want to keep products fresh on the market and update things based on how they feel they should be done today. So this one is a little bit different than previous ones in that it is the first to use this major new shooter system that has these water bolts, these huge water bolts. They're actually hard plastic. I'm surprised that they didn't use a softer material for that, but their research has shown that this is safe enough, and all the safety boards and everything are like, yeah, if a kid shoots another kid in the eye with this, it's not going to take his eye out. So, okay, that's cool. I have to trust that. I know safety standards are really, really important, but this works well. It shoots well. It works as well as the old Technic competition cannon, which was one of the best projectile mechanisms that LEGO ever had. This just works with the basic brick system, and it has buttons on the back for shooting. So that actually works pretty well, even though it's rather unsightly. This canopy has been in use for a long time, and they've made like 100,000 different planes and helicopters using it. The reason they haven't changed it is because if it's not broke, don't fix it. So yeah, here we have number 101. Oh, 100,001. I personally am tired of it, but there's really nothing wrong with it. It works perfectly fine. Inside of there, you actually have a little bit of a useful cockpit with some detail, which I appreciate. You have a couple of control sticks there, and that's a new print for 2021. They just have refreshed a bunch of prints, and I don't mind this one. Some of them I have not liked, but that one right there, that's pretty good. It's got a little bit of depth to it, and it looks fairly modern and everything, so happy with that. The rotor on this one, or the rotor set on this one, just 2 blades, but relatively large. You know, LEGO usually undersizes their rotors. This one's not that bad. It's plenty durable. The engines have a little bit of detail in them, so I appreciate that. And this is very easy to just grab from the tail. There's actually some substance here, which is kind of cool. This has some space inside of it as well, which is uncommon. Unfortunately, you do need a relatively small finger to get in there and open this back gate, and you can carry, you can do a medevac with this, so you can carry a patient on this stretcher here who would just fit right up in there. Can't have an attendant or anything, but at least you can do something other than just fly this around and shoot at fire with the water cannon. So that's not too bad, actually. Triple blade, rear rotor, and yeah, that's pretty much it for this one. You know, it's actually not bad. The other build, they say, is part of a power plant facility. I don't know if I really get it. I mean, they've got this communication tower up here, which you can change the angle of, and it also bends up and down. Then you've got the ability to go up there to do some maintenance on that via the ladder here that actually does not come all the way down to the ground. They use Technic bricks here with the pin-sized hole, but they don't include any pins in this set to actually connect it to something else down at the base here. Okay, this is decent. You have a couple of tools, or you got the walkie-talkie, which is, I think, a good thing to generally have, and then a wrench, and this is like a control setup, so you can imagine just what this is doing. I mean, literally, that they want you to just figure it out for yourself. You've got something you can turn here. You've got a lever that you can flip, and then that's another new print. A replacement for a more train-specific one, so this is a little bit more generic. Another one that I think is actually an improvement over the previous. It's just useful for more things. I like the fact that it has a lot of buttons and lights on it as well. Yeah, that's pretty good. It just looks cool. But what this trans bright green stuff is, I don't know. I don't remember a particular episode from the show. I've not rewatched any of the episodes. I've only watched each episode once, but I don't remember if there's anything in particular that relates to. It feels like radioactive sludge to me, though. Kind of sus. Now, the idea is that your fire helicopter is going to be putting out fires on this. And for that purpose, they have these stackable fire pieces that they've introduced this year, which is a slightly frosted kind of matte finish or satin finish, trans orange, just trans regular orange piece. It's completely hollow inside, so it's not wasting. Sorry about that. Focus, thank you. So it's not wasting plastic. It can attach to any studded base, and like you see there, you can just stack them up. They have a couple of open or hollow, completely hollow studs on the top. You could potentially attach something bar sized to that. But the idea here is that, especially for these sets that are aimed at the younger kids, you would just be able to put these fire pieces up wherever and just shoot at them with this giant water cannon shooter thing over here. So I'm going to do it up really, really close, just because, you know, if you miss, you know what that looks like. It's just a miss. But if you hit, there's some serious kinetic energy behind that. So let me hit the one down here at the bottom. It is gone. Yeah, so it works, and you do get some distance. As you saw, there's some good power out of this cannon system. So it works, and then it's easy to reset. If you want to do that again, you just put these back up. You don't have a lot of little pieces. You don't have anything that really needs to be balanced. Just put them wherever you want and hit them. The fire motorcycle is a fire motorcycle. There's not much to talk about here. It's got a light on the back, and at least it does come with a fire extinguisher. So the person riding this can actually do something rather than just riding up to the fire and kind of looking at it and waiting for something to happen, maybe pointing at things. Here are the minifigs up close. This is the helicopter pilot, the motorcycle rider, and a power plant employee. And yes, I did have the legs of these two switched up at the very beginning. Hopefully that very inconsequential detail is not going to be the only thing that anyone comments on, because that would be super, super annoying, right? These are pretty good looking figures, and actually the one in the middle is a named character from the Lego City Adventures animated series. That's Clemens. It's actually a recurring character with some importance. I will take those helmets off as well so you can see things a little bit better here, but I like the high visibility stuff, and just generally the prints here I'd say are pretty good in quality. No alternate face there. No alternate face for him either. I was surprised to see that, given that he is a named character. I thought they would have a different expression for him, but they don't. So this is what you get. These are the leftover pieces, and I guess you could use that Technic pin. It has no friction in it, but you could use it to connect things. And here's the spent sticker sheet, which I feel really has a couple, maybe a few too many stickers for a set of this complexity, but fortunately you can easily just leave any of those off, and it doesn't really change that much the look of the set on the whole. It just removes some detail. I also got an extra one of these in this set. I don't think you're supposed to, but if you get this set and you get that as an extra as well, let me know. So I paid the retail price of $40 US for this set, and I feel like it's worth, just looking at the stuff on the table in front of me, I feel like it's worth a good 30 to 35. So feels a little bit overpriced to me, but not a lot. I think that if you can find this on sale, which in the US we're just not getting sales on stuff right now because all Lego stuff is selling out practically immediately in many places. But once things settle down a little bit, once stock becomes more consistently available, if you can find this on sale and you have a kid who does not already have a fire helicopter, a perfectly good fire helicopter for a Lego City line, you know, something minifig compatible, and they're towards the lower end, I think, of the suggested age range of 5+, then I think this is actually a decent set. Like the play here is good. I'm glad that they actually have the ability to do a medevac with this, although it is a shame that Lego is not big on making hospitals or clinics or anything, you know, like where do you take this guy? Okay, you've picked him up. He was injured here in the fire. You put the fire out, you pick up the guy, put him in the helicopter, and then where do you take them to? Hello, Lego, come on. Big opportunity there, big missed opportunity. I personally, as an adult fan of Lego who gets lots of sets, am kind of tired of seeing the fire motorcycles, but again, this set is not made for me, and it's not made for anyone like me, not even close. And like I said earlier, the set is not made for folks who already have a bunch of this type of stuff. So if somebody doesn't have a fire motorcycle already, great. I just personally, just sharing my own views as a Lego fan, don't find that much excitement or value in those. Maybe kids do. I don't personally know. They're not a bad thing. These are worth talking about, I think, just briefly, a little bit more. this is another case, contrary to what a lot of detractors like to say, this is another case of Lego making a new piece that is larger and more complex, that uses less parts to do more stuff. A lot of people like to say, oh, Lego is all about, using as many small pieces as they can to bump up the parts count so that when people look at the price to part ratio, nobody looks at the price to part ratio except for us adult fans of Lego commenting on and making videos on YouTube, right? Not many people in the world care about price to part ratio. It's just something that I can use when communicating with all of you as a consistent metric, just a piece of data. Most people buying this stuff don't care about price to part ratio. Lego does care about reducing, obviously, by the preponderance of the evidence, they do care about reducing the numbers of parts, especially on sets made for younger kids, to reduce complexity and to be able to give them stuff that is more useful, more easily usable, especially. And that system actually, I think, works really well. It's totally unnecessary, in my opinion, as somebody who has plenty of bricks and can just go ahead and brick build some individual little stacks that look something close to that. That's totally doable. This is definitely better than many of the things they've done for Fire in the past in the city line, where you had to balance them, and it was kind of rough to set it up right. It was kind of annoying to put things back. These are not annoying. You just put it there. It doesn't look like Lego at all. They are stackable in different ways, so that's good. Does not look like Lego. Does play well. Same with these. They don't look like Lego. Lego has done plenty of projectiles in the past. I hate the fact that it sticks out so much. It's so obvious. I wish there was a way to make it to easily hide all this away, because as soon as you actually load that in there, that doesn't look cool to me. It just doesn't look cool. I'm surprised that they don't have a soft tip on it, but again, I trust safety standards and such. If they got it wrong, it would be recalled or will be recalled. But I think the shooter itself works really well. It's a fine addition to the Lego part collection for the sake of play. But yeah, those are my thoughts. And then this thing is kind of, what? What is this? It's something. Okay. I hope it works. I hope it brings some joy to some kids. I hope that they can make some stories to go with it. And if it can be interconnected with some other stuff as well, and you start to build up a complex over time if you get multiple sets in the series, great. I just think it's kind of, is it really worth it that much? I don't know. Anyway, those are my thoughts on this one. Thank you for watching. I don't think I have a build video for this one because I'm pretty sure that I just built it on my own time to get more stuff done, and I will continue to bring you more reviews as fast as I reasonably can. So I'll talk to you again very soon.